The CEO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.
You are now tuned into the CEO Mindset, bringing you trending topics that will engage you to level up in your business while equipping you to maximize your business opportunities and empower you to boldly step into your business brand and be more visible. This is the CEO Mindset. A CEO is bold, optimistic, vibrant, and successful, leaving a legacy, spreading money-making vibes with a wealth mindset to match her grind. She dreams big. CEOs have no limitations, and when obstacles come, they knock them down gracious. Choosing her own path, a CEO never lowers her aim for someone else's gain. She's wise in her steps. CEOs move in silence, breaking barriers, running businesses, securing the bag, making investments, creating perfect credit. Now that's the CEO Mindset.
Welcome to the CEO Mindset. I'm Nicole Gates, your brandologist.
And I'm Katrina Kimball, your wellness consultant.
And today we are joined by our Unbreakable CEO, Miss Promises Huff. And trust me, you will want to hear her story today. Make sure you have your pen, your paper, and we are about to get this wind down on, ladies. Are you ready?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's get it.
All right. So, Katrina,
Yes.
white is your favorite wine. Your favorite wine. It's not my favorite wine, you guys. You already know that by now. But Katrina, we have Pinot Gris today. This is a Pinot Gris you can buy in
Anywhere.
any store.
Anywhere.
Menage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to us about the Pinot Gris.
Well, the Pinot Gris is a very light wine. Like I said, I like white wines. I like refreshing wines, and I find that this is a really good wine to have when I get home from a long day, and you just want something light and refreshing. That's what I like this for. Promise, do you like white wines?
I love white wine.
So tell me some of the things you like about white wines.
It's smooth.
It's smooth.
It's real smooth. Most of them are very sweet. I like sweet wines.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Okay.
I love them.
So she would be our Moscato,
Yeah,
Riesling.
yeah. Riesling, yep.
Yeah,
She's a-
Asties.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you, Pinot Gris is great for a lot of things. You guys know I love cooking, and I love cooking with wine. So I use Pinot Gris when I cook. I
Yeah.
do.
I love with seafood.
But it does make a great sangria.
Yeah, I was gonna
does.
say it makes a really good sangria. I love
Add
making
some
those.
tequila.
Yeah, you're gonna add something
little
to
tip.
it, and I like it when you make mixed drinks because that way, when you have your friends over, and you have cocktails, you have a little bit of something for everybody. You know, some
Absolutely.
people don't like just straight wine,
Right.
so they do make a great sangria. You can make them and mix them with mixed drinks, and it just brings some variety to it, and it also gives everybody an opportunity to kind of wind down and relax, and you don't feel like, okay, I'm kind of out of place because I don't really know what wine I like, I don't like. That's just something, a
Very
sangria
light.
is something that's light, and pretty much everybody likes that,
Right.
and they can enjoy it.
And so Pinot Gris, you know, with us going into summer, keeps it light. You outside, you chilling a good glass, cold glass of
Yes.
wine is everything in the summertime.
Especially in where we are, because it's always hot.
Absolutely. So
It's always hot.
And I'm pretty sure many of our viewers are in the South or in areas that,
Yeah.
you know, have really high temperatures in the summertime. So this is a wonderful summer wine.
Absolutely.
Definitely a
And it
wonderful
goes
summer
great
wine.
with a light meal, with a great, I love grilled seafood on the grill. So we're talking about summer.
Oh, yeah.
Get you a great piece of salmon, some shrimp, make a nice salad.
Kebabs.
Oh, yes.
Don't-
Seafood
don't-
kebabs are really
yes,
great.
Oh my gosh.
And using some herbs, and that's another thing I think is real important, is that you want to get something that's going to help bring out the flavor.
Absolutely.
You try to cut down on your salt and your pepper, but you can always use your herbs. You got your rosemary, you have your thyme, you got your basil. Love using red onion. I'm a big
And
red onion fan.
marinate your meat. You can
And
marinate your meat in
Yeah.
the wine to
Yeah.
kind of give it more flavor. So,
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So I hope you guys are enjoying each week as we wind down with you. But this week we have a special
Yes.
guest with us. And I'm super excited to kind of share her story. Promises Huff is a life coach and a mentor and an author and a hairstylist and so many other things. But from her trial, she became an entrepreneur. And I think your story is a story that I really want to highlight, and I want to start doing more stories like this, right?
Absolutely.
Because we have so many unbreakable, I call them CEOs, that actually rose up out of those ashes that they were in
Absolutely.
to become the people that they are. And so we salute you today.
Yeah.
And we want you to share a little bit, just give them a little snippet about your story and where that started.
Well, actually, all of this started back in 2004.
Okay.
I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where I'm actually originally from, Rayford, and it's outside of Fayetteville. And I was working as a jailer, which is something like a correctional officer.
Okay.
And just to sum it up a little bit, I was basically threatened by an inmate in there. He wanted to use his a cell phone, and of course, inside the jail they have paid phones. But
Right,
you know,
right.
he told me if I didn't bring him a cell phone, he was gonna harm my family, and I was
Wow.
like, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Wow.
I bought him the cell phone, and needless to say, I lost my job. And but behind that, I ended up going to jail for a little while. My bond was $1.2 million.
Wait a minute.
1.2
How much?
million. Wow.
$1.2 million.
For bringing a
Cell
cell
phone.
phone to an inmate. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Wow.
of course, we didn't have that. But I ended up taking a plea deal. It was 6 months that I did in the women's prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I did that. I was released in November 14th of 2004.
Wow.
And it was just build from there, and it has been very hectic. But my source is God, so I'm great.
Your source.
Wow,
Hey,
God.
I'm gonna touch and agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I believe that. So I know going to prison, having to serve time
Yeah.
for bringing a cell phone to an inmate. 1.2 million. I'm still stuck there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh my
that's a lot
God,
of money.
that's a lot of money for a cell phone. It's fair. I think it's fair to say you got railroaded.
I did.
Yeah, I think I would
Yeah.
say, I think it's fair to say that.
Yeah.
But you didn't let that stop you. And I think that is the dopest thing ever because you didn't let it stop you.
Yeah.
It could have. Most
Yeah.
people, when they get out of a situation like that, they will
Absolutely.
literally just stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't. What happened next? What were you able to do from there?
Oh man, I had to get it together because at that time I was a single mom and I had my son at the time, and it was crazy because I was used to having money.
Right,
I had
right.
lost everything, lost my houses, my cars, all of that, and I just had to get on my feet and understand that. Look, I got to make this money. So I ended up getting multiple jobs, nothing that I really wanted to do,
Gotcha.
but I had to do what I had to do. You know, as
Right.
a mom, woman, we got to do what we got to do.
We
So,
do.
I did that, and needless to say, life happened. Some things changed. A lot of things changed. I ended up getting remarried to my college sweetheart, and love just blossomed. And it's like, when you're happy and things are working out for you, and you got God.
Things kind of fall into
Yeah,
place.
man.
Yeah.
Everything just fell into place, and I was like, wow, it's really happening. He pushed me to go back to school to get my cosmetology license. I've been kitchen hairstylist forever.
So
But,
we're going to pause you there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's pause there.
Okay.
After these messages, we're going to come back and we're going to kind of dig a little deeper into your story because I want people to understand that there were some things you had to do to prepare to get to the place you are now. And we want to talk about how you were able to overcome that trial and become triumphant
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and actually build your brand
absolutely.
after this.
Make a statement without saying a word. Neckology 101 is a leading provider of eclectic and unique neck art in the form of jewelry. They provide an unparalleled selection of quality products, an easy shopping experience, expedited shipping offers, and exceptional customer service. Check out their collection online today. At Christy Taylor Consulting, we understand that consulting and coaching is key to your success. We provide insight and creative strategies in the areas of radio, TV, film, and music. We assist creative entrepreneurs and businesses with professional and personal development. Within our media training division, we offer entertainers and executives tailored programs to identify one's personal narrative, craft a compelling message, prep for media interviews, and public speaking. For your client discovery session, go to ChristyTaylorConsulting.com. The Fruition Complex is a community of forward-thinking creatives and professionals who share a common goal of owning and operating a successful business. The Fruition Complex offers its members access to a collaborative work environment invaluable networking opportunities, and a list of business development services. Call today, 901-779-2385.
Welcome back to the CEO Mindset. Promise, we want to continue the conversation we're having because I know that in order to be able to have a successful business, I know you're a business coach and you're an entrepreneur now, we always have to go back to being well and being whole. So let's talk about that. How did you transition? I mean, were there some things that you dealt with? Because I know all entrepreneurs deal with self-doubt. Even some of us battle with depression. It's just challenging to step out and put your name and your face and your brand out there in the world. Because you know that you're going to be rejected, and rejection is hard. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. How did you move yourself beyond that point to where you could successfully walk into your business and be an entrepreneur?
I won't lie, it was hard. It was very hard because I was still dealing with knowing that I was a felon, convicted felon still, and depression set in really heavy on me just this last year. And it was mind-boggling because I felt like I didn't know my purpose. I was just living. I was just here. I was existing more so than living. And I'm like, okay, I got to do something. And I had to do a lot of praying, a lot of. I knew about meditating, but I really didn't. But I knew how to pray. So just talking to my husband, and one day I was just scrolling on Facebook and I saw this life coaching class, and it was a young lady that had already graduated, and I knew that she was about her business. So I was like, okay, let me just check this out. And when I checked into it, I talked to the actual coach who was the director over it, and I was telling her what was going on with me. She said, you need to get this class. I said, well, I don't have the money. She said, I don't care about the money, get in the class.
Awesome.
I said, oh,
great.
okay.
That's an
So
investment.
through that class, it was like a little bit over 3 months long, and I began to find out about me. I started finding out where I really fit in the world and my purpose, and finding my niche to find out really what was I here for. Like I knew that I had been through some things, I had all these trials, but what was my testimony? So I had to formulate all that together. It was very hard. But again, with a lot of prayer and just taking my time to just dig deep and do a lot of research, found out that thinking that hair was my niche, it was not. I do hair, I love hair, but something else was tugging and pulling at me, and I'm like, man, and I noticed every time I would watch stories about incarcerated individuals and stuff, I would just melt, and I'm like, man, that's it, and God just kind of shifted me and was like, hey, this is it right here. And I was like, well, Lord, what am I supposed to do? He said, I've given you everything. I've equipped you with everything.
Right.
So you're built to do this. And I was like, okay. He told me, that's it. You were built for this. So now, when I actually became a certified life coach in January, I graduated, got the certificate, and I'm like, now what? What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, what's the next
I'm a life
move?
coach, but what's going to make me different from everybody else?
Yeah.
So now that I, knew that I built my business of knowing that I want to help incarcerated individuals, and I realized, okay, reentry is it. I've been on both sides of the fence. I know what it's like. So, that's going to be my expertise. So that's why I chose reentry. And man, from that point on, it's like the doors have just opened. And I'm like, wow, there's no script. It's just me. And I have all of the knowledge that I'm willing to share because I want to help. I want to help people.
And I think the really cool, and it's kind of odd, I guess, to say the really cool thing about this is that you had the experience, but from that experience, nobody wants to go through an experience like that. Nobody ever imagines that this is going to be my life, right? But you overcame that. And you had the opportunity. What I love about it is that you had enough faith to actually take that first step. And I think for any business owner,
Absolutely.
being able to take that first step is huge, right? My brother used to always tell me, you got to learn to take risks. And I'm like, okay. He was like, well, step out on faith. And I was like, what does that mean?
What does that look like?
I don't know what that means exactly. Because at that time, when I was starting my business, when he said that to me, that meant nothing to me. I was like, well, what does that mean? What does it look like? But eventually, I figured it out. And sometimes when we take that first step, I just know I'm a spiritual person. So I will say, God will take 10 with you, if you take the first step.
Absolutely.
So you got to be willing to do that. So I think, we don't know all the time why we go through the things we do.
Absolutely.
We don't know why we get trained for all the different things. I used to always wonder, there's a ton of things that I've done across my lifetime. Event planning. I went to school for massage therapy. Nobody even knows that. You know what I mean? But I did that. That was my livelihood for a very long time. But I used to always wonder, like, why am I doing all these different things? But it was things that I love to do or I was interested in doing. But I was like, how does it all come together, you know? And then I saw the bigger picture. So there's always a bigger picture, right? Yeah. But we have to be astute enough, I guess, to kind of capture that. And we don't get it like the next day. Yeah. We go through these. And I think every businesswoman, I agree, Katrina, I think every businesswoman goes through a point where they are unsure, they second guess, they may get depressed because some people don't know how to pull themselves out.
Yeah, and
self-sabotage. You said it. That's my favorite word.
And especially when you don't come from a family. And I think that's what I've learned is that when you choose to be an entrepreneur, when you choose to step out and put yourself out there, it can be very scary because if you don't come from a family of that, because like I know my family, I have a huge family. I have 10 brothers and sisters. All my brothers and sisters work for corporations. None of them work for themselves. And to be the odd girl out, they like, when you gonna go get a real job?
Right.
This is my job. And so I can understand how depression can set in and fear can set in. But the great thing about it is you use that as a motivator to move you forward so that you could continue to blossom and grow your business and step out and become that entrepreneur that you was already created to be. So I think that's a great thing.
I think the really cool part too is that you can teach other people that you don't necessarily, and I think that's the bigger lesson, right? Because a lot of times when we have people that come out of the jail system and they're convicted felons, they can't necessarily get back into the community and find, you know, employment and stuff like that. The resources are slim, right? Yeah. But I always taught my girls, this is a lesson, and you can borrow this, borrow it, please. I teach my girls all the time that I would rather you not have to punch a clock. I want to teach you not to have to punch a clock. Right. I think that should be a choice. Yeah. I don't think that should be your everyday grind, right? Is to actually go to work and, you know, be frustrated with all the things that we deal with in the workplace. I've always been an entrepreneur. And if you ask anybody that knows me from when I was a little kid, I sold newspapers to our neighbors. We had a computer and I was making newsletters for our neighborhood, right? And selling those. So, I mean, there's always something that you can do. I want my girls to understand you don't have to punch a clock. Wow. And not necessarily because they've been through a trial, but just because I think it's unnecessary, right? That's so after these messages, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how Miss Unbreakable CEO Promises Huff built her brand.
1015 Take the Shot Studios offers photography, shooting real-time moments, creating lifetime memories, and videography, connecting the dots, linking the past, creating the tapestry of the future. 1015 Take the Shot Studios, a visual storyteller in Memphis. It's time to pop some flair into your style at Iona's Closet. Wonderful clothes and outstanding customer service. A wide selection of casual and consignment clothes for the woman of style at Iona's Closet in Memphis. Hill & Company 12 Event Design. Royalty Wellness Spa is committed to providing you with a quality service in an intimate and friendly environment. They offer anti-aging medical treatments that improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, fill lips, voluminize cheeks, and improve deep folds. They also offer treatments that can improve energy, decrease fat, and improve hair, skin, and nails. Call 901-779-2385. Align Therapy is a full-service community-based rehabilitation clinic specializing in manual therapy. They provide a more personalized experience for their clients. Align Therapy's goal is to help their patients become their best selves. Call 901-877-2244.
Wine? Because it's not good to keep things all bottled up. Enjoy the lifestyle of all things uncorked, especially when you're wine touring with Gates Uncorked. Gates Uncorked invites you to wind down and host your very own private in-home wine tasting with family and friends. Call 901-466-6703 to book today. Awaken Wellness Consulting mission is to aim, advocate, inform, and motivate individuals to engage in whole person wellness to address real-life challenges. Awaken Wellness Consulting strives to equip and empower individuals in the world to discover whole person wellness. Ready to change your life? Book a consultation
at awakenedwellnessconsulting.com.
We're back with our Unbreakable CEO, Miss Promises Huff, who has already told you her story, her trial. Let's talk about this triumph, though, because you, baby, you killed the game.
Wow.
If I must say so myself, you
thank
killed
you.
the game. Most people would have come out, and like you said, been depressed, didn't know where to go, wouldn't have known how to just re-enter the community. But you found some awesome resources, a wonderful husband who is so supportive. I tell you, I know this guy, he is a great supporter. The life coaching classes that you were able to take, and were able to take them without even having to worry about how to pay for them. That is like the dopest thing, right?
Yes, that's awesome.
That is the coolest thing. So what have you done from there? Let's talk about your brand and how you've been able to build your brand from this experience.
Well, building the brand, it was kind of crazy because I didn't really understand building the brand. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? So, knowing that I was becoming a life coach and trying to figure out how do I help people in the process, coming up with you were built for this. When God gave me that, I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, am I really built for what? But He had to make me understand that everything that you've been through, all the good and the bad, everything.
That's powerful.
You were built for it, and you didn't even know it. All those times where you thought you was gonna crack after you went to jail,
and
went
you still
to prison.
breathing. You still here.
I made it. He was like, you was built for that. I knew
Absolutely.
who you were. So now you have to know who you are.
Absolutely.
So he gave me a platform to actually use on Facebook. I have a Facebook group called You Were Built for This, and it's just giving a lot of. I'm a motivator. I like to motivate and encourage people, and inspire people, let them know. It's not always a good thing for me to be like, hey, if I made it, you can make it too, because everybody goes through things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you can't just downplay that for somebody.
Right.
But in the process, let's push you to get there. Some type of way, whatever you believe in, however you do what you do, let's motivate you to get there, inspire you to get there, because you're gonna be okay. This is temporary.
And other women need to hear this story. So that was why, I thought it was important that we include this on the CEO mindset, because I think regardless to where a woman comes from,
Absolutely.
there's some things we all have in common, right? That fear, we want to be able to get over the fear of being in business. We need a good support system.
Absolutely.
Oh, we need a good support system. We have to be aware of who's in our front row. We talk about this all the time on the CEO mindset. Make sure that circle is right. You got to have the right circle. You have to have the right support system to make sure your brand is intact, and kind of get things going. I want to, because I've been holding this.
What you doing?
And I'm so excited.
What's she doing?
I'm like, what is
I want to reveal, because recently you became an
I
author.
did.
And
I
I am
wow.
going to
Congratulations.
reveal
Thank you.
on the CEO Mindset, your new book,
Oh.
Broken Silence.
Yes.
So tell us about Broken Silence. What is this
man.
book? The truth behind my tears.
Yeah.
And y'all know, as business owners, we have some tears.
Oh, boy.
There's some days we sit up, we don't understand, we don't know what is going on. But I know what this meant to you to write this book, to be able to get it out there. And I want other women to support
Absolutely.
this book.
Support
Your
her story.
mission
Yeah.
to help others.
Yeah.
Because everybody in jail is not guilty.
You right.
Okay, I'm just saying that. I'm
You
just
are
saying that.
absolutely right.
I'm just going to say that for everybody
right.
to hear.
Yeah.
But share with us about this book and why this was so important for you to get this word out.
Well, the topic said, the title says everything, Broken Silence. It took me 16 years
Wow.
to just tell this story.
Yeah.
When I was in segregation for 30 days alone. It was just me, the walls, and God. He told me, you're going to write a book. I'm like, what? Right now?
I don't want to talk about it.
But I was thinking as soon as I got released, I was going to write it. And I tried to write this book for 16 years and couldn't do
understand.
it. Because there was other things that I had to
to
endure
do.
before I wrote this.
Okay.
So, it didn't take me long once I did it. But, I had to get it off of me. I had to let everybody know that, hey, I'm a real life person just like you.
Absolutely.
I go through things just like
Absolutely.
you. So I want this to be able to help you, even though it's talking about me being in prison, what happened a little bit before, and then me being locked up, and how I began to understand who I really was in prison, and meeting people.
Wow.
You know, and like you said, everybody in prison is not guilty.
Right. No.
You know, so just learning those people and actually gaining family. I got some family there.
Some real mentors and stuff. I remember reading that.
Just in there, and they're still with me today.
Wonderful.
You know, so just learning that, and I said, man, I have to write this book, and I have to share with other people what actually goes on inside of the prisons and the jails, because it's real.
Right.
This stuff that you see, you thinking, oh, that's just fake. No, baby, that's
it could have broke you. It could have,
and that's the key part. I think
Yeah.
that's really great is that you took a tragedy and you turned it into a triumph.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that lesson in itself will help people, because sometimes we think that our pain is just so unique, and it is. Everybody's pain is their own.
Yeah.
But it's how you choose to handle the pain, and that's what I love about the story, is that in spite of everything, you were determined to be whole. You were determined to move forward.
Yeah.
And speak life. Woo!
That's the cool thing.
At the time, I love this. Speak life. So tell us the name of your business.
Absolutely.
How people can actually reach out to you, because I believe somebody that's going to be watching this episode is actually have a family member or know somebody that, is really trying to get back out there and really make some positive steps in their life. And it's hard. It's a challenge, I'm sure.
And there may be some entrepreneurs that may feel like they're stuck.
Right.
And you may need to read this book to give you that fire back so you can move forward. So tell us how we can reach you.
You can do it, baby. Yes. Anybody can. Let's go.
Thank you. Well, with Speak Life, we are a life coaching and mentorship program where we help any and everybody. It's life coaching, but we also mentor you through any and everything. We have just coaching. We're gonna coach you through it. So it help you find your purpose, because I was able to. But you can actually find us at www.speaklifemc.org, and that's also where they can actually purchase the book as well. And man, I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this just because I'm the author, but it's a page turner for real, because it's truth. You know what I'm saying?
It's the truth, yeah.
I don't have any hidden figures and nothing like that. That's just what it is.
Let me just be really honest. I'm gonna give a confession.
Okay.
I don't read books like novels and stuff like that. I read things of interest, right? And if it's of interest, I'll continue to read it. So being able to read this before it was actually printed, I was like, oh my God. I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
I could not put it down. I gave it to my daughter. I was like, read this. You gotta read this.
Wow.
Oh my God. So we were able to read it together, but I do want to encourage our viewers to really support what you're doing. We salute you.
Absolutely.
We applaud you
Absolutely.
for all that you do
Absolutely.
and those that you are reaching out to and trying to help. And I know good things are coming.
Yeah.
So many good things are coming from this. And I want you to be confident and walk boldly in this brand. This is a dope brand, you all.
Absolutely.
So for our viewers, every week, I want to encourage you to remember where you started, celebrate where you are. You celebrating where you are?
I am.
You got to celebrate where you are. Focus on where you're going. I know you're focused. I know you have a lot of things going. And always, 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 my favorite line is trust the process. We'll see you next week.
The CEO Mindset is brought to you by
Hill & Company 12 Event Design.